Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I am your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle Motivate You. My guest today is debuting on Broadway at the beautiful age of 50 years old. She looks amazing. Her spirit is amazing. And of course, the universe works in a very funny way. We are both wearing such amazing hats. Please welcome the amazing Ayana George. Ayana, welcome to the show.
Hi,
I'm
nice to
so
meet you.
excited. It is a pleasure to meet you. How are you doing?
I am blessed. I am blessed like you.
And listen, today is a good day.
It is.
Today is a good day. I
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to you, Ayana, about we're gonna get into the obvious, but what inspired you to want to perform, especially on Broadway? People say that there's magic that happens when you're performing in a live show in Broadway, but what was the first thing that caught your attention, or how did you catch the bug?
I want to say from Dreamgirls. When I was a little girl, I didn't have the pleasure of seeing the actual Broadway show, but to see three beautiful brown women like me, brown like me, Cheryl Lee Ralph in particular, to see them shining and looking so beautiful and dressed to the nines and singing down, it definitely inspired me. I knew that as a black woman that I could be deemed beautiful. And Broadway, just the times that I've gone to Broadway, it's always left me so just it inspires you in a way that you almost can't even explain it. It just like opens up everything, your joy, your pain, your laughter, it has such an effect on you, of course depending on the show. But every time I saw Broadway, it was larger than life, and it was something that I knew I wanted to be a part of.
Now, for you, who in your family is gifted in this way in terms of arts and entertainment? It's passed down, or was it something that as you just said, you just fell in love with just actually seeing it? But sometimes there is a link somewhere. So, what is that link for you?
I would say my mom could sing, um, but she never pursued singing. She had a beautiful, more of like an operatic classical type of voice. And out of all of my siblings, I am the only one that sings, which is
Hmm.
it's a little strange. Now, I won't say that they can't sing. I think that they just never really like my brother said it the other day. He was like, I don't even know if I can. I don't think he ever really tried. But yeah, I'm the only one that sings, and that's been like my oxygen ever since I was a child.
Now, where did you all grow up? Where's your family from?
My family, my parents they were both born in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. But I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, where I still reside.
BX to the
Mm-hmm.
fullest.
Yes.
Now, BX is very colorful for those who are watching and listening. The Bronx, home of hip hop. Uh, a lot of people have made it out of the Bronx. It
Yes.
is like a badge of honor when you actually come out and you always rep, no matter what show you go to, what event. Once you say is Bronx in the house, it's a battle between Brooklyn and Bronx. But
That's facts.
when you talk about the Bronx and they throw that X up,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
For sure.
you know. Who were some of the people that inspired you, Ayana, throughout that community in the Bronx?
I'm gonna say flat out, first person that came to mind, um, Cardi B.
Mm,
And of course, she inspired me later in life. But to see Cardi come from the Bronx and get to where she is on the platform that she's on and be nothing less than her 100% authentic self is amazing to me. It is super inspiring because I know that regardless of where I'm from, I can still be me and still shine. I can still be me and still succeed. I can be me and still, inspire. And I don't have to change. I don't have to change for anyone. What God has for me is for me, and I can be all of who I am and walk in that. And I really do appreciate that about her. Some other folks, I would say, of course, the rappers. I mean, when I was growing up, I was around when hip hop became a thing. Yeah, for sure. So it's like anyone that came out of the Bronx that was a part of the hip hop era, that was a big deal for me as well. But yeah, I gotta say Cardi. She's been like the one person I've just been like, oh my God, like if she could do it, I can do it too.
All right. Well, so you mentioned who. So now I'm going to spin the question a little bit.
Hmm.
You mentioned Cardi B, but I want to ask you, what was the defining moment for you growing up as a young woman of color, uh, whose parents are from the West Indies, Caribbean? What was the defining moment that allowed you to walk in your black girl magic, that allows you to unapologetically walk in your dopeness?
Oof. Well, I'm going to tell you this. It took a long time. It took a really long time because my upbringing wasn't it wasn't the best because of I'll just say drugs played a very big part in that. And after that, I got married and that didn't work out, and it just seemed like so many things were working against me, to the point that I thought, I'll just say it was to the point where it became a part of me. The disappointment, the rejection, the hurt, the poverty, even, it became who I thought I was. And it took me a long time to truly mentally come out of that space. Up until, believe it or not, 5 years ago,
Come
I
on.
turned 45, and I actually had a birthday concert. And 2017 for me was what I called my leap year, because it was the year that I decided to stop being afraid. It was the year that I decided to love me, to love myself, to love everything about me, the good, bad, or indifferent, and to not really care anymore about what anybody else had to say. I lived a very large part of my life worried about people's opinions. And I just got to that place, and I think it's just something about getting older too, that you come into your own and you start to realize, like, why am I even letting these things affect me when the only person that really has control of me is me? So it's like, me and God, we got this. I don't
Mm,
necessarily need your opinion.
yes.
And at that point, I just decided I'm gonna live and I'm gonna be all of who I am, and whoever it's meant for, it's meant for. Who don't like it, they can feel how they feel. Um, but I got to a point where I did not want to be hindered by myself or by anybody else. And I literally themed that birthday party slash concert Ayana Unrestrained. And that is
Mm,
the theme and the way that I've chosen to live my life ever since. I've taken off the limits, taken off the just not allowing the obstacles to stop me, and knowing that everything, every trial and every triumph that I've experienced has brought me to where I am and has made me somebody pretty amazing. And it's okay for me to say that. It's okay for me to think that I'm beautiful. It's okay for me to think that I'm smart. It's okay for me to think that I'm the bomb. I mean, if I don't
unapologetically.
think it,
If you don't think it, who else is going to
come
think it?
on, exactly. So yeah,
Man,
for
wow.
me, it might sound crazy, but it took a long time for me to get to that place. And now I just feel like I'm on a mission to let everybody, young or old, know that you don't have to live with these constraints, whether they come from outside of yourself or even within yourself. Like, we got to live free, be free to be exactly who you are. There's That's where life is. You were fearfully and wonderfully made, and
Mm,
God gave you life that you would have it more abundantly. And in order for you to have that abundant life, you got to know who you are and whose you are. And once I really, really let that thing sink in and started walking in it, life completely changed. It took me a long time. It does not have to take you that long.
Eloquently put. Uh,
Thank you.
I don't even know what to say, but I'm gonna shift. There are so many people, Ayana, who get caught up in what people think,
Yes.
how people feel, and what people market and promote on their social media platforms as their highlight reel.
Yes.
Follow me now. For you, what has been the best piece of advice that you have been given? I want to ask specifically, I'm going to target your parents, right? What is the best advice that you've been given from them, or maybe anyone in your family, that allows you to walk in that dopeness when you see some of the outside influence, you see some of the imagery that is on social media, that is on television, in some of these reality shows, that for some people they try to make a comparison. They
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm good as, maybe I'm not as good as, I don't have as much as this person or these persons. What allows you to stay focused, stay grounded, based on the best piece of advice that you've been given?
Um, I want to say my sister. She talks to me a lot because she's, of course, she's my older sister and she's seen everything. She's seen my entire journey. And my sister is the one that kind of taps me on the shoulder every now and then to let me know, like, see who you are.
Mm,
And it's more than just looking in the mirror and seeing yourself, but really taking time to tap in and, like, even if you have to write down your accomplishments and understand exactly what it is that you've done and look at it in writing in black and white, see who you are. And as far as like social media, it's social media is a blessing and a curse at the same time. It can inspire you, it can encourage you, but it can also make you depressed. If you don't have a strong hold, if you don't have a strong understanding of who you are and what makes you happy, it will definitely have the adverse effect. For me, it just made sense for me to take time to learn and do just as my sister said, see who I am beyond, even beyond this, the singing, even beyond my gift, and to really take time to affirm myself. I'm very much a believer in affirmations and speaking well of yourself, because our words are powerful. The things that we speak, first of all, the things that we think is even more powerful, because that breeds what we speak. And
right.
then what we speak breeds what actually comes into our reality. So for me, yeah, I would say that piece of advice was to see who you are, and it takes work, it takes time, it takes seeing even the not so great things, but understanding that all of it together, God knew, He knew who you were before He created you, the things that you are and aren't, and all of those things work together to make you this unique individual that has a unique gifting and a unique offering to this world. And when I say that, it doesn't have to be the actual world. It could be to your children. It could be to your family, your friends. But you have something special inside of you that can actually help someone else. And I just believe that when you take the time to really see who you are, and know that who you are is great, regardless of what your shortcomings may be, regardless of what flaws you may have. Sometimes I think our flaws are actually what make us great, if that makes sense. um yeah, just see who you are. I hope I'm answering your question.
No, you answered it perfectly. I want to take this moment to congratulate you
Thank you.
to celebrate you, uh, making your debut on Broadway, and MJ the musical as the one and only, the woman who made it happen.
I
You
mean,
played the amazing mom, Mrs. Katherine Jackson. I just got to ask you, how does it feel, one, to just be playing in this musical, but playing the matriarch of this
yes,
dynasty that we know called
yes,
the
yes,
Jacksons?
yes. It is an absolute honor. I give all love, honor, and respect to Mrs. Jackson. To be able to portray her is it's surreal. I still am in awe every day when I walk into the Neil Simon, when I put on my Katie wig and get on that stage and become Michael's mom. Um, yeah, it's just a beautiful ride, and I'm enjoying every minute.
Were you able to get any words of wisdom, encouragement from Mrs. Jackson? Did she send a note yet? Like, give
No,
me the
no,
skinny.
not yet.
Are
I
you
would.
waiting
Oh my
for it?
God,
Are you hoping that maybe some word to get out? Like, how are
I
you
would.
feeling about
I
that
would
energy?
love that. I would absolutely love that. She reminds me so much of my own mom, and yeah, just to have her approval, to have her blessing, that would just yeah take me out of
We're
here.
gonna, we're gonna put that out in the universe. Now that it's out there,
Yes, yes,
um,
I
we're gonna,
receive it and pray that it does happen.
it's
Yeah,
gonna happen now. Now it's definitely gonna happen now.
I hope so. Yes.
That is a beautiful thing. For you, you just talk about walking into the theater. Um, how has this experience been, and how are you able to appreciate it at this age? Uh, Maybe at a time when you probably couldn't appreciate it had you been much younger.
This experience has been one of I want to say it's been the hardest yet most beautiful thing I've done in my career.
Wow.
Hard because of the preparation, hard because it's a new world for me, the Broadway world, and just getting acclimated and even understanding that I belong in the room. Um, the preparation process, lots of rehearsals, lots of long hours. Broadway is not for the weak. Um, but the beautiful part is actually all of that as well, the preparation and the
Mhm.
different emotions that I went through. All of it is it just all worked together and allowed me to experience my absolute dream. Um, the beauty also is in the people that I'm doing this with. The cast, they are, I call them superheroes because they get on that stage and they wield powers, okay? That and they put the audience under a spell, whatever you want to call it. These people are just so amazingly gifted. They're so talented, and not only are their gifts amazing, they're amazing. Their hearts are amazing as well. Like we are a family. So I'm experiencing, I mean, I'm in knee pads on stage, okay, at 50, but I'm enjoying when I tell you every minute of it. Um, as far as what makes me appreciate it now, I would say just the fact that I have more wisdom. Um, I have a lot of experience. Although it's not in the Broadway world, I have a lot of experience in the industry. So my work ethic is there. I am a professional, and I know the gravity of what it is that I'm doing. Um, and I think I can appreciate even more everything that's happening because it's happening at my age. I think if I was younger, I might have felt like it's supposed to, because I'm young and spry and I'm out here. But at my age, understanding that age can be a stigma at times. I mean, it shouldn't be. But the fact that even with that, I am doing this and I think I'm doing it well. Um, yeah, it's a blessing, and I'm happy that it took this time. I'm happy that it's happening when it's happening. And I don't believe that I am a day late. I'm right on schedule.
And doing it well, you are.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Music is a soundtrack to our lives. For
Yes.
you, what song best represents your journey up to this point?
Um, I would have to say Jill Scott's Golden.
Mm,
I'm
great
taking
choice.
my freedom,
Mm-hmm.
pulling it off the shelf, putting it on a chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom. Okay, I'm not gonna go any further because that song
Yeah.
will send me
You
into
about to blow
tears,
my head off.
actually.
Hold on, wait a second. Let me hold on. Let me hold
That
on.
song, those lyrics, woo!
Oh
I'm living
man.
my life like it's golden, and I am wearing my freedom like the most flashiest garment you've ever seen. I'm
Ladies
so
and
grateful.
ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you, I am blown away today. Uh Ayana, thank you. We love
Thank
you.
you.
I appreciate you. We will be
Thank you so
supporting you.
much.
We got to get some tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in New York City, if you're somewhere in the tri-state, go to MJ the Musical. Go support this sister. She said it. See who you are. Know that you belong in the room and live your life like it's golden.
Yes,
Ayana,
sir.
where can we follow you? How can we support what you're doing?
You can follow me on Instagram at Ayana underscore is, AYANA underscore is. And yeah, that's where I show up mostly on social media. And yes, come to the Neil Simon Theater in New York and come check us out at MJ the Musical.
We will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ayana George. I am June Archer. This is the Winner Circle. Motivate you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And do me a favor. Tell someone you love them today, and maybe the last time you have the opportunity to do so. So, Ayana, I love you, sister. Keep
I
doing what
love
you're
you,
doing.
June. Thank you so
God bless
much.
you. And listen, stay in touch. I'm going to hit you, and we're going to try to figure out how else we could continue to support what you're doing. And
Thank
love it.
you.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless you.
Sounds
See ya.
good. Blessings.